As the pulp mill appears headed to the courts, a major plank of the forest peace deal has been shelved. The peace plan was to see most logging in native forests ceased. But with neither government financially backing an extension of the plantation estate, the loggers' retreat from native forests has been scrapped. At midnight tonight, permits for the pulp mill project lapse unless there's been a substantial commencement of work. It's still unclear who'll determine if enough work has been completed. Here's State Political reporter Brad Markham.
Today, there's little activity at the site of Gunn's proposed Tamar Valley pulp mill.
There's no obvious sign of great earthworks or anything,
which poses a potential problem for Guns. Its permits lapse at midnight unless it can prove there's been a substantial commencement of work on the multi-billion-dollar project.
We believe that the commitment to the project and the work done to date complies with the requirement.
Well, I think there needs to be an injunction on any further work until it's been legally determined what exactly is substantial commencement.
The Greens are calling on the Attorney-General to intervene.
Will you, Attorney, seek a declaration from the courts on the matter of substantial commencement and the status of the pulp mill permit?
I believe it's very important we keep politics out of this as much as we possibly can.
Legal advice obtained by the Greens says the issue will need to be determined by the Supreme Court or the Planning Tribunal. It also reveals Gunn's permits to build dams will expire unless work is substantially completed, not just started.
Quite clearly there is absolutely no evidence whatsoever of not only commencement of the dam works but certainly not any completion, because there's no dam works in existence at all.
Debate on the Intergovernmental Forest Agreement dominated today's sitting of State Parliament.
I move that this House no longer has confidence in the Premier, the Honourable Lara Giddings, for implementing government policy that will decimate the forest industry.
The Premier promised to guarantee an annual allocation of 265,000 cubic metres of peeler billets in legislation.
And I do recognise that that is not a view of the Greens party. It is a view of the Labor Party, Mr Speaker.
What this does is give security of wood supply to sawmills, to rotary peel veneer plants and special species timbers processors.
But a key plank of the peace talks, a transition out of native forest logging and into plantations, appears to be off the agenda.
That would have required extensive funding commitments by both governments. That funding commitment was not forthcoming as part of the IGA.
And as Gunn's deadline looms, anti-pulp mill campaigners are preparing to launch legal action if the timber company is allowed to continue construction work tomorrow. Brad Markham, ABC News.